Greetings, old school magic players, and welcome to the Four Horsemen.
Happy Saturday night, John.
How's it going?
We're back again. We're gonna just start calling this the John and Chad show.
That's right. That's all we need.
Well, I'm glad you're as active as you are, because I enjoy playing with you, and glad you're part of the community. So, are we gonna do Fallen Empires 40 tonight?
Yeah, let's play a little Fallen Empires 40. I like this format a lot.
Yeah, for the viewers, if you haven't heard of Fallen Empires 40, let me pull up their Facebook group here. Just search for Fallen Empires 40 on Facebook groups. And this is a format that basically is exactly what it sounds like. It uses only Fallen Empires cards. And this month we're doing a Doubleton, or this October tournament we're doing Doubleton, which means 2 of each card. Hamid Turok is banned, and everything else is restricted to 2. So if you're interested in a niche format, Fallen Empires 40, check it out. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I only have Fallen Empire cards enough to build a pink weenie deck, and I think they're going to see a lot of those in the tournament this month. What do you think, John?
Yeah, it's definitely the top deck for sure. Especially when there's no other cards added into the mix. We have had a number of months where Homelands cards were allowed, and we kind of ran the cycle of that. And then starting next month, there's going to be some cards from Dark allowed, so that's going to be pretty cool. But this month is just a traditional Fallen Empires month, only Fallen Empires cards. And White-Red is definitely at the top of the heap of decks. Like White-Red, and then black, mono-black Thralls, or maybe black splashing red for Catapult. And then green probably is the third. Those are like the top 3 decks in the format. White by a pretty big margin, though. It's won, I think, at least half of the tournaments.
So what do you think were going to be the defining cards then? If everybody's running white and red, I mean, there's going to have to be certain cards that will give an advantage. What do you think those are?
I mean, Hand of Justice is pretty busted. Even when we don't play Doubleton, that card's limited to 2, but I don't know. I don't know if any other cards will be. It'll be interesting because when the dark comes in, there's going to be a whole new crop of cards to play with, and so it's going to be interesting to see if that changes the landscape of what's good.
Yeah.
They always want to keep the format focused on Fallen Empires, though, so you can only have up to 9 cards from the non-Fallen Empires set. So at most, there will be 9 dark cards in your deck. Between the main and side. This format does have a sideboard of 5 cards. When the format started out, it was a singleton sideboard, but now they've moved to just a traditional sideboard for a little more flexibility. So any 5 cards you want in your board, as long as it doesn't go above the 4 copies in your 45.
Yeah, so for white, I don't have my sideboard together yet. But I don't even know what would go in it, to be honest. If there's only 2 of them and you basically can't go 2 over what's in your deck, I don't even know that I have anything.
Yeah, it's tough in Doubleton, right? Because you just basically play all the cards that, especially when it's only FE, and we're doing Doubleton, like, I'm playing a green deck tonight, and you just don't have to make any cuts. You just play 2 of every card from that color you want to play, and then throw your lands in, and you're pretty much good. So, like, I didn't build a sideboard yet for this deck. I've been lucky enough to win a number of the championships in this format. So, like, I've tried to not repeat myself. So, like, if I win with a deck, I try not to play with it again.
Yeah.
So I won with mono black Thralls, white red, and mono red, and so I'm basically left with green and blue. I played a green deck last month and it did pretty well, but it didn't go all the way. So I'm still on green, and nobody's been able to make blue win the top spot yet. So it's kind of a pet project of a number of the players. I know that Luke Sherry would love to see blue win this format. I've tried to make various deep spawn decks work, like, probably half of the months that I've played, and I've never been able to get there with it, but I don't know. We'll see.
I was looking at blue, and most of the cards that I had before you shipped me the lot were white and blue and black. I didn't have hardly any red. I have some green, but not a lot of green. But yeah, you'd think that with some of these blue cards, that there'd be a way to get it to work, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of synergy and interaction other than, like, the high tide thing, So, like...
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, some of the cards are good individually, but it's been difficult to make it work. I mean, there's a couple different ways to build the deep spawn reanimator deck, and it's okay, but it's not great.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, when Homelands was in, I thought, okay, now we can make blue work, and it just still couldn't quite get there. I don't know, maybe with the dark, we'll see.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Well, let's go ahead and give this a whirl.
Yeah.
I was looking through some of the blue cards, just real quickly while you were mentioning that, and a lot of it is, I don't know. There's just there's high tide, which mid to late game could be very powerful. There's the Homerid spawning bed, that makes dudes.
Yeah, I like the spawning bed. I think it's really good, and it can bust, a deep spawn into 8 guys. It can also bust a Homerid warrior into 5 guys. And the warrior is, like, pretty good in this format. I mean, he does cost 5, but he's a 3/3, which is pretty solid in this format. He also can get Shroud, tell him to turn to protect himself if he has to.
Yeah.
And he busts into 5 dudes with the spawning bed. So, like, I like those 3 cards. The spawning bed, the warrior, and the deep spawn, but I don't know, I just couldn't quite make the deck work.
Yeah, I think it'd be tough. Did you play anything like Tidal Influence or any of these title cards?
I tried it one of the months. Like, I tried the all-in blue list one of the months where I just played all the guys on curve and played the Tidal Influence and tried to, like, get a big alpha strike in with all my tokens. Well, they all got +2/+0 from the Tidal Influence, but I just never could quite get there with it. It's tough. Dwarven Catapult is a real governor of this format.
It's
you play
like
a bunch
ultimate.
of little guys and kind of get blown out.
Yeah. Sea Singer would be good if it didn't have the island requirement.
Well, and Sea Singer was cool, like, when when Homelands was in, there's a card called Jinx that will change one of their lands, and then you draw a card. And so I was going to build a Sea Singer Jinx deck, but Sea Singer at 0/1 is just way too easy to kill. Like, it dies to pile, it dies to catapult.
Right.
It's really tough.
Yeah. And, how long do you think, what's it called? Hymn to Torok is going to be banned.
Oh, for indefinitely, I'm sure. I mean,
it's like perma-banned?
It was legal for the first, like, maybe 5 months of the format, something like that. And it was just decided that not only is it super powerful, but like black doesn't really need the help.
Right.
Like black is already like one of the top 2 decks.
Sure.
So, you know.
All right, well, let's try this out. So I guess it's Pink Weenie versus Pink Weenie, yeah?
No, I'm on mono green, so we'll see if I can get there.
Oh, okay, that'll be an interesting test. All right, you want to call it?
I'll be odds. Did you order the cards that you're missing, like the towns and
no.
You should order them. Get them in the mail.
Yeah, I should. I haven't placed a Card Kingdom order in a really long time because I just like I don't want to buy any more cards. Like I don't need any more cards.
Right.
All right. It's a 4. What did you call?
I called odds, so
okay.
You can go first.
All right, and then we'll roll for deck shuffle. 3, so left hand on top is good for you.
Left hand for you as well.
Okay, man. Good luck. Green,
good
huh?
luck.
So you're gonna have lots of saprolings and tokens and whatnot.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
As anybody that's gone to the Facebook page of this group knows, there was once an insert in Duelist magazine that had little teeny cardboard punch-out tokens for all the different kind of tokens that can be made in this set, one for each color. I took those images from the little tokens and turned them into full size. Yeah. So here I've got my sapperlings ready for when I start making some dudes, and you've got the ones I sent you. So
yeah. These are cool, and also the Rook tokens, which I thought was really cool as well.
Yeah.
The Rook tokens and the Tetravite tokens, the Wasp tokens. Yeah, all these are really cool.
They're really fun.
The white doesn't really have a soldier token, so it's like the only one that doesn't have a card.
Well, it has citizen.
Oh, citizen tokens. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It does have citizen tokens, but I don't have. That's one of the other cards I need to get. I don't have the. I don't have Vacation Town, so I can't play my citizen tokens until I get one. All right, you good to keep your hand?
Let's take a look at it. Let's see what's in it. Oh man, I took half my forests out of my unlimited box and half my forests out of my pre-modern stompy deck. So like these are some nice looking forests. Yeah, I guess I will try this.
All right, I'm gonna flash my hand to the viewers, and then you can do the same. All right, so this is what I'm holding here. It's a pretty decent starting hand. All right, you want to show yours, John? I'll look away.
Yeah, my hand's not great, but I'm gonna keep it. I don't want to throw it back and then just get junk. So I mean, I do have a couple plays on curve. So
all right.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
All right, I'll start off. I'll play Plains and the Acacian Infantry.
All right, infantry's good.
Good.
I will play a forest and pass back to you.
The good thing about this deck is if it can get a good start, you can get enough damage in early to pull ahead.
Yeah, it's really hard to recover. You may or may not run into a catapult later, but even then you don't care because you've already got in, a reasonable amount of damage.
Right. All right, I'll attack.
19.
All right, and then after combat, I'll play the Order of Leetbert and pass.
The Order, man, that is like tough.
Yeah, this is a really strong start.
All right, I'm gonna play Elvish Hunter and pass back to you.
Elvish Hunter, remind me of that guy.
It's a 1/1. I can pay a colorless and a green and tap it. And target creature does not untap as normal during its controller's next untap phase.
What's his name again? Elvish what?
Elvish Hunter.
Hunter. I remember the art. I remember that art as a kid. I always liked elves. Yeah, the one where there's a few different arts, isn't there? There's
There are 3 different arts.
Yeah, there's one that's kind of like Land of War Elf, but it's a female. There's one where the female elf is in like a bikini.
Yeah, the Mark Poole one with the bow and arrow. I like that one a lot. That one's in here too.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 I picked. I picked the Anson Maddox and the Mark Poole for this Doubleton deck, but there's also Susan May Camp one, I think.
So basically, this can lock down creatures, so they don't.
Yeah. But I gotta spend mana to do it, so I don't know how good it actually is.
All right, we go to my turn. Okay, I'll play a mountain. And she's a hunter's a 1/1, yeah.
Hunter's a 1/1.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can attack with both of these guys.
All right, no blocks.
Okay. I will not pump either, so just 3.
Yeah, I think in this Doubleton League, white splashing red for Catapult's gonna be like by far the best deck.
Yeah. Okay, I'll play an Aeliopile.
Yeah, that just screwed me. I didn't like that might even be game there.
Yeah, and I've got another, and I got the priest to come in and start pumping, so I'll pass.
Yeah, I don't think I can recover because anything I put out you can just kill with the pile, and then I'm just really behind the 8 ball here. It gets away from me very quickly in this format, and if you don't play Catapult, which I'm not in this deck, like it's really rough. I might have to revise this and put red in it.
Yeah.
But even now, you've got enough guys out that even if I had a Catapult, it like wouldn't be good because you have 3 guys on board. I will play this Thallids Devour. I get.
Thallids Devourer. John, you were lagging there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you're back now. Okay, so Thallids Devourer. He's a 2/2 for 3. That's not bad in this format. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a spore counter on. Okay, yeah, so he does the spore counters, and you can remove 3 spore counters and get a 1/1 green token. You can sacrifice a sapling token, and Thallids Devourer gets +1/+2. Yeah, he's pretty decent. Okay. All right. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I've been able to drop a land each turn. One of the things I did, John, is I'm running like 17 land in this deck. And I'm at you know, I think optimal land. This deck has a bunch of weenies, but it's surprisingly very mana hungry. You know, like it needs a lot.
Because there's good top end cards in there. I think I played 18 when I.
Yeah, I think it has to run at least 17. Maybe 18 is a better number. I think I'm running 17 plus the Dwarven Hold, so I guess technically it is 18.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Okay, so you've got the Devourer. Okay, so I feel like I could just come in with everybody here.
Well, yep, I've just got no profitable blocks at all because all your guys can have first strike pretty much.
Yeah, I can make him first strike. I can make him. I cannot make him first. Well, yeah, I guess he cannot be first strike, so you could take him down, but I can pump him to make him a 2/2.
You can pump him, or you can just pile whatever I put in front of it.
Yeah.
I guess I still have to try to start doing stuff though, so I will block the priest with the Devourer and take the rest.
Okay, so that's block step. Let's see, what do I want to do here? Okay, I guess I need to blow the Alio pile on the Devourer before we go to damage step.
Yep.
And I need to... I guess... I'm only going to get in for 1 extra damage, so I can pump the order.
Yep. So I take 4.
So you'll take 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep. And I'll pass.
I don't think that this deck is up to snuff. When I played green last month, I just couldn't. I couldn't quite get there either. Like I'd get like one game a match where like I could get it rolling and then stabilize.
Well, I also got like the pretty solid hand. I've played stuff every turn.
It's really tough though, and I'm just gonna be playing 5 copies of that deck this month. Like if I don't play red white. Okay, so the pile's gone, so I'll play this Thorn Thallid, I guess.
The Thorn
and
Thallid.
I'll pass back you.
Thorn Thallid. Okay, I'm gonna look him up here real quick. The Thorn Thallid. Beginning of upkeep, put a spore counter on Thorn Keller. Remove 3 spore counters to deal 1 damage to any target. Now he's pretty good, but they're so slow.
They're pretty slow.
Alright.
I would have liked to have played him last turn, but you had the pile out, so I couldn't.
Right. Yeah, I think I got this. So he's a 2/2?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a catapult, it's just game over.
Well, but I don't have enough mana to do the right amount of damage.
You would need 1 more to kill both my guys.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can just go ahead and attack with everybody again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna... just take it on the chin again and hope you don't. I mean, all you gotta do is drop a land next turn and play Catapult, and it's game. Yeah, I'll just take it. How much is it?
Okay, I can do 1 extra damage, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 total.
I'm at 7.
Okay, and then after combat, I'll play an Acacian Scout.
Sure.
And pass.
Yeah, this deck desperately needs Catapult, but in the Doubleton format, I don't even know if Catapult can really be counted on. Okay, so let's we'll lock your order so it doesn't untap next turn.
Okay.
And I'll play a Fungal Bloom. And then I will pass back to you with 3 in hand.
Fungal Bloom. Oh, yeah, I remember the art on this card. Fungal Bloom. Enchantment. Pay 2 green, put a spore counter. Okay, so he's what lets you spore up your dudes to speed up the actual pace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so he does not untap. Well, you got another guy, so that's going to make it harder to catapult now.
No, he's not a guy. That's just
that's right. He's an enchantment, so I can I can still do it. Okay.
Yeah, if you have catapult in your hand, it's just game over.
I got the catapult, so I can do 2 to everybody, and hit you for 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, the catapult is just really good, and all the fast weenies.
It's one of the defining cards of this format. And it's interesting because, like, White Weenie is super good, but also it's probably the most susceptible to getting, like, 3 or 4 or 5 for 1 even. I mean, I've 5 for 1 people with the catapult before.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're playing against Pink Weenie, you're going to have to basically regulate yourself, or you see what their mana looks like, and if you think that if you can outpace them by playing dudes faster than they can play lands, then you could race the catapult and just get ahead of it with having 4 or 5 creatures in play, and they'd have to pay, you know, at least 7 mana or something to get everybody.
Yeah, for sure. So let's see. I think Elvish Hunter is probably garbage, and also doesn't really fit the theme very well here. So maybe I take out the Hunters for 2 Catapults and put some
red in.
Put some mountains in here, but I'm not gonna do it right now. We'll
you could also put in the Goblin War Drums, and that would the Goblin War Drums I've got in this deck. Of course, I'm only running 2 of them, but basically, like, each of your attacking creatures can only be blocked by no fewer than 2 creatures. So you have to have 2 creatures to block a creature, so it increases your chance of your creature getting through. But if your deck is doing mostly defense...
Oh, definitely. I played it in my board.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you need it. Like, I mean, it's fine, but I think it's just kind of a win more card. Like, I think I'd rather you just better off just playing more dudes or whatever.
Yeah, and I think I
don't know, maybe once you're already going wide when you drop it, it just makes it impossible for them to block anything.
Yeah, I think it makes it tougher for folks if you can get it down, because they gotta have 2 creatures to block your dudes, and then you can just make your dudes first strike or pump them or whatever. Alright, let's try again. Alright, you'll be on the play.
Yeah.
You can do your left hand on top.
Left hand on top. Same for you.
So, did some people show up on the Thursday night Four Horsemen meetup? You said a couple, 4 or 5 folks.
Yeah, me and Peter and Ian and Damien.
How did that go?
And then I guess there was somebody else that tried to join, but they went to your whereby that's on the sheet, which of course they would. They wouldn't know to go to the other one, but since you weren't playing, we played in the alternate room, so we'll have to update.
Yeah, I updated the graphic. We'll share it next time.
So many lands. All right. I'm gonna give this a. Is there? Oh yeah. So, you know, green is already a little weak. It's weaker than the other ones. But I feel like in the Doubleton, it's even weaker because you don't get to have 4 1-drops anymore. You only have 2 1-drops.
Right.
And it's just...
it just slows it down.
It just sucks. This deck sucks.
Well,
all right. I'll give it a try.
Okay.
I'll play a forest. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll play a plains. And I'll play an infantry and pass.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in Doubleton I might just have to play red-white. Like, it's just, I think it might be the only choice. I will play a pile and pass back to you.
Okay, plains. Attack with the infantry.
Yeah, stake 1. Go to 19.
Okay, and I'll play the priest and pass.
Alright, I'll play Devourer and pass back.
The Devourer. Okay. It's the Thallids Devourer.
Yeah.
The
2/2 that gets a spore counter and can either make a dude for 3 or eat a dude and get +1/+2.
He's probably one of the better cards in that format, I guess, in that build.
He's not bad. He's better as a 4-of than a 2-of, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to play Goblin War drums.
Yep.
And then I can get in with both these guys, because you'd have to have...
There's that card I told you didn't need. Now you can just sit back and both your guys.
Yeah, well, until you get 2
okay,
guys.
So 2?
Yeah, just 2.
17.
Okay, pass.
Boy. Play. Fellow Knight Druid, I guess. And let's kill that priest.
Okay.
And pass back to you.
Alright, so now you got 2 dudes. Okay.
I got 2 dudes.
I'll play an infantry.
Yep.
And I'll play occasionally Javelineers. And pass.
Javelineers just makes all other 1/1 so terrible in this format. Let's see.
Well, he's kind of a one-trick pony.
Yeah, but he's just gonna kill anything relevant. Alright, so you're gonna be able to kill my Fellow Knight Druid next turn anyway, so I will sacrifice him to turn my forests into 2/3 creatures until end of turn. And I will attack with I will attack with 3 2/3s.
Wow, that's interesting. So that'd be 6 damage.
Yep. I think you're pretty safe to just take it.
Maybe. I don't really want to give up any of my dudes. Yeah, I think I have to take it. Alright, I take 6 and go to 14.
And I will pass back to you.
Okay. Man, I was hitting all my land drops last game. This game, I'm struggling. Alright. Alright, I'll attack with these 2 guys.
Alright. The 1/1 and the other 1/1.
Yeah, both 1/1s. They're both occasion infantries.
Oh, and they both have menace, so I just have to take 2.
Well, no, I can
15.
either. Oh yeah, because of the war drums.
Yeah.
Okay, so got you at 15. All right, and then after combat, I'll play the Feral's Zealot and pass.
You didn't. All right, get a 3rd counter on this guy. Draw a card. Play lands. I guess I'll use the counters to make a sapling. And I guess I'm just gonna play all these 1/1s, even though they're just gonna die. I'll play my 2 Elvish Hunters that are in my hands.
Okay.
And pass back to you.
I guess end of your turn, I should I ping one of those guys? I don't know. The Elvish Hunters are 1/1s, and then the Thallid is a 2/2.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll hit one of the Elvish Hunters with the Javelinier's spear.
Okay. Dead.
And then we'll go to my turn. Alright, I finally got my 4th land. Woohoo! Okay, so you've got a 1/1 and 2 2/2s, is that right?
2 1/1s and a 2/2.
2 1/1s and a 2/2. Okay.
And this 2/2 can eat the sapperling to become a 3/4 if it needs to.
Oh. That's pretty hefty. Yeah, maybe I should have saved my Javelineer. That's what I was wondering. Okay, I'm gonna band these 2 infantry with the zealots. You said that he can become a 3/4?
Yeah.
That still won't be enough. Well, I get to decide. Okay. Yeah, and then I will attack with this band. The 2 infantries and the zealot.
So how does banding and menace work? Can I just block the band with 2 guys?
Ooh.
I guess.
I don't know. That's a good question. It says each creature you control that opponent chooses to block may not be blocked with fewer than 2 creatures. So you would need 2, 4, 6 to block him, right? Is that the way it works? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna check here.
That's an interesting little rules question.
I mean, you can block a band with 1 creature, so I imagine you can block a band with menace with 2 creatures. But
well, in this case, it's a band of 3 dudes.
if some creatures in the band have menace, but others don't, the whole band can be blocked by a single creature.
Yeah,
okay.
But all of mine have menace.
If they all have banding, I'd have to block with 2 creatures.
If they all have menace, you mean?
Yes.
And they do all have menace.
Yeah. So I will block with...
So the rule is you'd have to have 2 for each one, is that correct?
No, I just have to have 2 to block the band.
Okay.
So I will block the band with these 2 guys. And then I will sack this one to pump the Devourer. So I've got a 3/4 blocking your band.
Okay, and my band is a 4/4.
And you can just deal the damage wherever you want to any one of your guys, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I'll just, I'll deal all the damage to one of the infantry.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I will, pass turn.
Alright, I'll play a Thallid. And I will make it so that your Zealot does not untap. And I will pass it back to you.
Okay. I don't know, the Elvish Hunter, he's pretty good.
I don't know.
Yay, a land. I needed that.
He's just a lose last card. He just, like, delays the inevitable, but it doesn't do anything.
Alright, I'll come in with these 2 1/1s. Remember, they have menace.
Yeah, and also the one can have banding and first strike. Okay, so 1, 2, I'm at 13.
Alright. And then after combat, I'll pay the Acacian Phalanx, which came from you.
Yes, Phalanx is quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop. Like, there's nothing I can draw to, like, beat that board. This deck is terrible. I never want to play with it again.
Well, you're also like you're accustomed to playing some of the strongest decks. Like you've done pretty good in these Fallen Empires tournaments, so like you should be applauded for trying
but
something
this deck is
different.
So bad.
Yeah,
like even not in Doubleton, like it's just so slow. And like by the time, and I mean, Green has won a couple times. It won tournament 3, and it won one of the Homelands tournaments, where it got to have fourth. Catapults, Lieutenant Order. Like White just has so many good cards that even when you bust it down to Doubleton, there's just so much to work with.
Yeah.
Files. Okay.
Yeah, that's basically my deck right there.
So that's 18 right there. And then I guess one more each of these guys that I gotta go grab. Would be 20, and then I could play like 2 more guys. What other guys are good?
The Feral Zealot. The Zealot. If the Zealot doesn't get blocked, you can deal 3 damage to a target creature. I think that's really strong. And that's why I'm playing him.
They're always gonna block it.
Not if you have Goblin War Drums. Sometimes they can't block him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm not gonna play Goblin War Drums.
No?
No. I don't want to waste that slot on something I could put a creature or something else in. Maybe I'll play 2 Brass Claw Orcs.
Yeah, I thought about the Brass Claw Orcs. They're pretty big. The 3/2s.
That's okay in this format.
Yeah.
Could also play Combat Medic. It's a little defensive, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it can save your dudes from Aeolipile, and it can save your dudes from Catapult. Right?
Yeah, it could potentially save some dudes. Depending on how much mana you have open, you could save a lot of stuff. I really like the Priest.
Yeah, he's very good.
I wonder if I have a second one or not.
I'm sure you do.
I don't know.
Yeah, so right now I'm running the 2 Feral Zealots, the 2 Acacian Scouts, the 2 Acacian Priests, the 2 Infantry, the 2 Phalanx, the 2 Javelineers, the 2-Handed Justice, the 2 Lieutenants, 2 Dwarven Catapults, the 2 Aeliopiles, 1 Ring of Renewal, and the 2 Goblin War Drums. And then I'm running... Do we have to have exactly 40 cards in this format, or can it be over?
It can be more than 40 cards if you want it to be.
Yeah. So I'm running 6 mountains, 11 plains, so 17 lands, and a Dwarven Catapult.
I mean, I don't know that it actually
or the Dwarven Hold.
advisable to run more, but
so
you certainly can.
So you think that the Goblin War Drums are not a good include, huh?
I mean, they were really good against me that game. I just feel like I'd rather have a card that isn't dead by itself. Like, if I just, like, play early War Drums and don't have any guys or top deck of War Drums, like, I just don't... There's a lot of times I just don't want to see that card. Like, maybe you could play 1. I don't know. Don't listen to me. You just beat me.
Well, I had good draws. The combat medic costs 3, and he costs 1 and a white to activate. So he's kind of slow and pricey.
Yeah, he's not my favorite. What am I looking for? Vacation Priest, right?
Yeah, Vacation Priest.
Let's see if there's another.
So you
one
like
here.
Brass Claw Orcs because they cannot be assigned to block any creature power 3.
Yeah, who cares? You're just gonna attack with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Red cards attack.
Right.
But yeah, he can only block one once. He's exactly like a man. Look at that! I have exactly 1 in the bulk box.
Well, so this is a card that's really something to consider for your sideboard. Raiding Party.
Yeah. Oh, against other. Yeah. There should be 2 or 3 of those in your sideboard. I mean, in Doubleton month, I guess it's 2.
But I don't have any orcs in my deck unless I'm playing Brass Claw Orcs.
Oh well, yeah. Red would play it against white.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. You if you wanted to play it against other white decks, you could play 2 Brass Claw Orcs and 2 of the 1/1, I suppose. The Orcish Captain, I think he's called. He's the one that flips coins. If you wanted to try and blow out other white decks, maybe.
Oh yeah, the Orcish Captain.
But I don't know. That might be a bridge too far to be including all those red cards.
Well, you could just put them in your sideboard.
Yeah, you could. Your sideboard could be 2 captains and 2 raiding party.
Yeah, you'd have to run. You'd have to run the Brass Claw Orcs in the main deck, and you could put the 2 captains and 1 other orc in the sideboard.
They're good. They're good enough to main the Brass Claw Orcs, I think. Man, that's a beat up and a miscut card. That's okay.
Orcish Veteran is a 2/2. You could include an Orcish Veteran.
Yeah, he's not as good as the Brass Claw.
I wish the Dwarven Soldiers were Orcish. I wish they were Orcish Dwarven Soldiers.
Well, so here's the problem with Red and Fallen Empires. I liked a lot of the cards, but they really stretched it thin because there's 3 different tribes. There's orcs, goblins, and dwarves.
Right.
And they're all just not served that well by having that many different ones. Like, Goblin Grenade is a great card, but you can't really even play it in Fallen Empires 40 because
there's not enough goblins.
There's only 2 goblins.
Yeah.
And I get why they did that, because the Dark had just come out before this and it had a bunch of goblins. But, like, the only 2 goblins in this set are a 0/2 and then a 2/2 for 3 that can, like, have island blocks. Like, they're not super great.
Yeah.
I need a case here. Where am I going to get a case from? I have so much crap on this table, Chad. Like, if you can see around my camera.
Oh yeah.
Like, I gotta clean this up.
I'll show you mine. Mine's the same way. Look at. There's just all these are decks for different formats. There's some rum. There's just cards everywhere. Yeah, I mean.
Rum seems like a good idea.
Oh yeah, a bottle of rum. Yo ho ho. Of course, I'm not drinking tonight, but. Yeah, so I guess I could take out the Feral Zealots and put in the Brass Claw Orcs. And then I could, what could I do from there? Yeah, I think this little...
I actually think that's really funny. Like, I think I want that to be my board. I think I want to play 2 raiding parties and 2 captains.
Yeah.
And then have the main. Because everybody else is going to be playing white anyway.
Right.
So, like...
That's exactly why I was thinking that would be a really good card to play.
So this is 22, and I can play 18 lands. I guess that's fine. Where are my lands? I would like to have some lands. How many mountains do you think I need in this deck?
Well, I'm running 6 and a Dwarven Hold.
One, two, three.
Maybe I might need one more since I'm running 4 red cards now. But I really need that double white as well. Maybe I just add a mountain. 1 mountain. Go to 18 lands. It's weird. It seems like 18 is like half your deck is land. But that's basically what you need with all these weenies. So you're not running the shield or the sword?
No, not in white. I had the sword in the green deck. I never drew it, but I don't know. I just don't have. I mean, I don't hate those cards. I think the sword's kind of good, but like, I just don't have room for it. Like,
Oh, you run. Where's
like,
your Acacia
like,
Towns?
They're right there.
Okay. That's one card I don't have.
Is 12 2 feet? 12 and 6? I don't know. I don't think I need 6 mountains.
I think I should pause this and we go to the next video.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Greetings, old school magic players, and welcome to the Four Horsemen.